Patay na.
Matik. Ano gawin mo?
Live ko lang siya sa...
Live.
Sayang yun sa YouTube.
Live.
YouTube. Ayan o, para kitang-kita si Kuya Eric. Masan yung...
Pakita mo ng konti yung mukha ni Pao.
Siyempre, matik yan.
Balik tayong tugtog.
Hindi, maano tayo.
Gusto mo mga patutugin mo, yung mga Enya, walang copyright.
Ah,
Mga Enya, Gregorian yan, hindi kina-copyright.
Or a tunnel or a passage. So
video.
this is known as Brahmarandra. So this is the space in the body through which life descends into the fetus. Because life has descended into the fetus and life keeps its options open. Whether this body is capable of sustaining it or not, it keeps the options open. That much awareness is there in the life process. So it keeps
Yun o, maraming salamat sa 2,000 nanonood
trap
niya.
door open
Yan, we are live
till the
here.
last minute.
Tattoo session with
Also,
Kuya
keep it open just in
Andrew.
case it finds
Kaway
the body
yan.
unsuitable
Siyempre, at ang
for
ating
its
tattoo artist.
it will leave.
Kuya,
And
so
if it comes to the
nasa
front
lubong
door
niyo
and
po yan
goes up
doon.
to the back door, that means your house is swept clean.
Madaling lapitan, madaling utangan.
So he wants to go out to the same door, so he keeps it open till the last minute. He wants to keep his choices. There are any number of, probably if there are doctors or obstetricians, you would know, there are any number of cases where by all medical parameters, the fetus is healthy, everything is fine, but for some reason, a stillbirth happens. Simply because the life within is still choosing. If it finds a wrong kind of body is happening, life has its own karmic substance, and the fetus has the karma of the parents. So it has made its choice. It is 90% of the time it is correct, or more. It is correct. Sometimes it is conscious that it could make a wrong choice. So this is the reason why during pregnancy so many precautions were taken to create a different kind of atmosphere around a woman who is pregnant. We're giving that up now. A woman goes to work, she sits in the cinema, she goes all over the place. Such a thing is not maintained anymore. This was done just hoping something better than who both of you are comes into your womb. You are husband and wife, you are of a certain quality. You want your child to have a higher quality than who you are, not just like you. Someone better than you should come into your womb, so that for that sake, even a husband was not allowed to see a woman beyond a certain stage of pregnancy, because she is to be kept in a certain state of comfort and well-being, with a certain type of thought, with a certain type of atmosphere, trying to please her system in all ways. Right kind of incense, right kind of sounds, right kind of mantras, right kind of food, everything, so that her body is in a state that it welcomes the right kind of being. Maybe in today's world it is, all these things are out of question. So if a being enters into this particular fetus and finds it unsuitable as it evolves to become a baby, then it leaves. That is why one door is kept open. So this is the Brahmarandra. And even when you leave one day, you can leave whichever way. But if you leave through the Brahmarandra, it is the best way to leave. If you leave consciously whichever part of the body, it is fine. But if you can leave from there, it is the best way to leave. So because there is a lot of talk about this, there are books which have been written about it. One thing is, there's a huge possibility that individual people may start imagining things on top of their head or between their forehead. They keep imagining many things. So you need to understand this. Wherever you focus your mind, there will be some twitching. If you want, right now you experiment, hold your little finger like this and focus at the tip of this little finger. You will see within a minute's time there will be twitching. Any part of the body, if you focus your mind, some twitching you will notice. So that is not to be mistaken as some other great process happening within you. Or of course there are physiological twitches and twists happening here and there. Once in a way it happens to you. You're sleeping, some part of the body, little bit of twitch and this and that. Especially if you're very nervous, it could happen to you quite often. If you're at ease, it may not happen. If you're in a little bit of tension or stress, it could happen to you in different parts. So that is not to be mistaken either. I don't know if I should say this, because if I say this, you may start imagining all kinds of things. If you become meditative, now that you are becoming, as you do Shambhavi, I shouldn't say this, it will lead to all kinds of things. Because people have a very wild imagination. I always avoid telling them anything which is not in their experience, because they will start imagining all kinds of things. Anyway, if you don't do this to yourself, it's not necessary. If I hold my hand above my Brahmarandra, even up to 4 feet above, if you hold it, you will see a clear feeling in your hand, which is always in the form of something like an 8. This will be always happening if you keep your energies in a certain way. This can happen to every human being, but it is happening within. It doesn't extend itself beyond. Because the final 2 chakras, out of the 114 chakras that are there in the system, 2 chakras are outside the body. If dimensions beyond the physical become constant, something beyond yourself has become active. So if a dimension beyond your physicality becomes a continuously active process within you, then after some time, these 2 chakras which are dormant outside the body become is the most dangerous form of yoga. I'm saying dangerous because it's the most potent also. If you have to jump into an abyss, you should be insane. Or you should have enormous trust in somebody. So what is Kundalini? I'm speaking. This is Kundalini. You are alert and listening. If you are alert and listening, that is Kundalini. A flower is blossoming. That is Kundalini. A flower is blossoming. That is Kundalini. A dog is barking. That is also Kundalini. Or in other words, a dog is barking. That is also Kundalini. Or in other words, the fundamental life force in the existence, we call it Kundalini. Now, within the system, within the human system, if you look at this as a kind of a life package, it's a piece of life. This piece of life is packed in a certain way with layers of this energy. One dimension of energy comes alive immediately because that is necessary.
Minanilang niya.
Maniwala na
Your
kayo.
survival process.
Pag nakita nyo, kanino pa lang ito, magpatato na kayo.
Anino pa lang?
Kanino pa lang.
Unless
Black lang yun ah.
Mag-set ka na naka-appointment. Shadowy figure lang pala yun.
activated in a certain way, they do not come into existence. They remain dormant. The dormant energy is way bigger than the energy that is in use right now. To take care of your survival process, to live a physical life completely, to live a complete physical and intellectual
Hindi
life,
masasayang ano rito.
you need to activate only about 21 of your chakras. Out of this 114, if about 21 of them are on, you will live a complete life. You will not feel any inadequacy. You will live a complete physical life. There will be no problem with your life. You will think you are a great success, but you are only 21. That is less than 21% out of 114.
Ano ba pinagsasabi ng mga ano yan?
But less than 20%, you will feel like a complete life
Kundalini.
without any inadequacies. The remaining percentage of life, what is it about? It is not even needed if your intention is just to live well. If you activate this dimension of energy, other dimensions of life will open up. One thing is, are you ready for those dimensions? The question is not about whether it's good or bad. The question is just about, are you ready for it? So are you ready for it is the first question. If you're ready for it, what can we do for it? What can we do to activate it? There are various ways of doing this, many ways. But the Kundalini Yoga, are people familiar with Kundalini Yoga practice? No. Okay. I'm not making a comment about anybody, okay? Kundalini Yoga in its essence is the most dangerous form of yoga. I'm saying dangerous because it's the most potent also.
Okay na.